Okay, we are going to go ahead and get started with the conference committee meeting with the House and Senate Education Committee, and we're here to discuss Senate Bill 62. So, Jason, if you don't mind just giving it up, we'll start with Tamara. Give us a brief overview.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 62 would amend the current requirements for school-administered vision screenings and would establish the Kansas Children's Vision Health and School Readiness Commission. This bill did pass the Senate on a vote of 35-4. It went over to the House. The House made some changes, but then removed those changes. And then the bill passed the House on a vote of 115-6. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
So any of the committee members, are there any questions? Seeing none. Okay, I have a balloon amendment. Okay. So we do have, the Senate does have a balloon amendment, and actually the House has their language as well. So if we could just go ahead and get that amendment passed out. Thank you. So Jason, did you want to go ahead and explain the balloon amendment?
Madam Chair, this language was proposed in a House bill. It is an amendment to the Student Online Personal Protection Act and the definitional section for the term operator. It excludes from that definition any national assessment provider that is administering a college and career readiness assessment. Under this act, an operator is required to comply with the provisions of the law in order to provide educational online products to students. This includes not engaging in targeted advertising, creating student profiles for information, or selling or disclosing student information, except in certain narrow circumstances. So the exclusion of entities like ACT from the definition of operator would allow them to engage in educational online products outside of those restrictions.
Are there any questions? I know that there's been, you had discussed this and had it in bill form on the House side. So if you would go ahead, Mr.
And I can briefly tell you that we did have a hearing. We worked with the people from ACT, and we amended the language trying to deal with some concerns about parental rights notification, and kicked it out, but it did not run before turnaround. And we talked after turnaround with the ACT people, and they gave us some additional clarifying language that there was kind of their bottom line of what they needed, that removed some of those concerned sections in regards to our amendment. I feel like with what they have presented to us, which is in this amended balloon language, that we are in agreement with this balloon language and would happily agree to including it into the vision screening bill.
I think it's important to just clarify one of the reasons that this has come before us, started in the House, but one of the reasons this came before us is because the way in which the pre-ACT, ACT, and the work keys is now to be administered to our students, rather than it being pencil paper exam, is to be something that they take online. And so we needed to make sure that there were provisions for that. So do I understand that the House is accepting?
The balloon language? Yes, we are agreeable.
Okay.
I think. I don't.
Senator Sykes, did you have a question?
Yes, just on that underlying bill, I'm looking, there was no one in opposition to the bill, was there? On the House side.
Are you talking about the vision bill?
No, on this amendment.
On this amendment.
So 2505. I was trying to pull it up, but just making sure, because has not passed the House. It passed out of committee, but did not pass on the House floor. But was there opposition testimony in committee And if so, was there a compromise?
That's what I was just talking about in regards to, in committee, we admitted it, and it had a balloon that dealt with some of the concerns in regard to parental rights and privacy. Kicked it to the floor, but it did not run, and it did not get blessed. And so that's why we're here today, I think, we worked with the ACT people to get their bottom line on what they needed to do their job in the, with all the students affected. We felt like this was an important piece to be included. They gave us this language that they can live with and support. And, that's kind of the purpose of this conference committee, is to put that balloon language that you presented to us. After I got the language, I sent it to the Chair of Senate Education. We both agreed it was language that accomplished the needs to administer the ACT tests in the state of Kansas. And
Yes. Representative.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Looking over the bill brief, we had one proponent, we had no opponents on this bill.
And if I may ask one more question.
Yes.
Normally, when we're dealing with bills on conference, it has passed one chamber or the other, so we're making an exception. So would you mind sharing the importance of why we feel that this qualifies for an exception of that?
we pay for all students to take the ACT, and I did ask for this bill to be blessed. I was getting cataract surgery, so I wasn't here, and I didn't get to lobby my case as well as I probably should have, and was disappointed when I found out it wasn't blessed. Worked with the people from ACT on, they recognized that there were still maybe reasons why it didn't run on the floor. I don't know for sure who asked for it not to be run, but they provided the language that's in this balloon, which is kind of their bottom line on what they need to administer the ACT to all those students that were paying to take the test. And that's why I do believe it rises to the level of being included into this conference committee report.
Senator Erickson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Quick question. This does not pertain solely to ACT, does it? It's any national assessment company?
I would think that would probably be accurate. I would ask the reviser to comment on that. And I can also, propose, if there's reasons why, Senator Sykes, that you have concerns. I have a couple bills that should be coming up on the floor next week. I could amend this language into a House bill. It'd take another step or two. But if you feel like that, you would be more comfortable with that, it's something we can do.
If I may, Madam
Senator
Chair.
Sykes.
Thank you. I actually would appreciate that. And then even if we had to come back and do another conference, if it.
And we might have to, but if we do that, then it would be in a bill that hopefully,
That we.
one of them that we could amend it into is the one we just passed out yesterday, 215, the driver's ed one. And so that, I could, get that drawn up and convince leadership to run it and put this language into that bill.
I'm always concerned of the precedent that we're setting if something has not passed one of the chambers and then putting in, even if it's a good bill and something that I think we all probably could agree on. I
appreciate your concerns, but after 22 years in the House, I can tell you we would not be setting precedent.
well, every day is different.
Yeah, I know. And that's, like I said, I appreciate the concern. I know sometimes it does happen, and sometimes there are valid reasons to do it. I believe this is a valid reason to do it, but we also have time. There's no necessity to do it right now in this conference committee. And so I'm willing at this point in time to make the offer to take that alternative path. And when I can be flexible and agreeable and compromising, I try to do that. So
So you are now,
I am flexible, and you might, I'll speak with my members, you speak with your members, and we'll, after you guys talk, if that's what you want us to do, I'll make sure that's okay with my members. Smack it around. I'm sorry, we are agreeable either way, and so we wait to hear the pleasure of the Senate.
majority pleasure of the Senate is that you run it across the floor.
We can do that. We agree and appreciate your time and look forward to meeting with you again in the near future.
Okay, so at this point, because both the House and the Senate have passed Senate Bill number 52, it just moves on to the governor. Is that correct? No?
Which one's Senate Bill 52?
Or, excuse me, 62.
Oh, I was going to say, I didn't recognize that.
Yep, 62.
That's the vision screening.
It is.
Senate Bill 62 is currently in conference, as the Senate did non-concur on the changes made by the House, and it will stay in conference until either you adopt the conference committee report or the Senate concurs to the House's
Can
changes.
we adopt the conference committee report here with no changes? No. Right now? They have to. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we've already done our job.
And we shall do that.
All right. I'm sure we'll have a few more opportunities to get together. And we look forward to seeing you.
We have next week, and then.
And the week after that.
The week after that.
And then the end of April.
Pito, and,
All
okay.
right.
Thank you so much.